Hello there again, YouTube. Is once again I, your gothic host with the most, Knox Burzum, back to bring more blasphemous banter. Not going to be trying anything today, mostly because I just got some stuff that I want to get off my chest, things that I've been seeing in the media lately, and stuff that I'd like to touch upon. Because, again, this is my channel, and I'm assuming that y'all want to know what the fuck I think about things. So, number one, this last week was the main week of Pride Month here in Eau Claire. And we went to Pride, and we saw the sights, and we saw the child-friendly drag show, which I'll be posting to YouTube probably this Sunday. Some of the performers were better than others, I'm not going to lie, but it was still really nice to see people out and about doing it during the day instead of having to do it always at night, 3/4 of the way nude. Which is why some were better than others, because clearly some of the performers were much better performing with their clothes on than off, and we're much more comfortable having layers and having to do things that weren't basically, dirty dancing in front of the kids, which I would like to see more drag performers learn how to do instead of just relying on dirty dancing, because at its core, drag really is about performance. It's not necessarily about just being sexy. That's my only real critique. Apart from that, Pride was really fun. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up Pride is because I keep on seeing online all kinds of gross hate towards gays, lesbians, trans, everyone in the LGBTQIA plus community. Oh my God, I think that's the first time in my life that I've actually gotten all the letters right with every part of that acronym on there. Although I guess it's not really an acronym because acronyms spell a word and LGBTQIA plus isn't a word. Anyway, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say. So, a lot of people online keep on saying in comment sections, why do we need Pride anymore? Why, does Pride need to be celebrated for an entire month? Well, Stonewall still exists, first of all. Second of all, because there are an incredible number of hate groups in the United States that focus primarily on gays and people who call themselves queer or lesbians. There's a ton of hate groups against the trans. And if you go into any comment section on Facebook, fuck going on X. I don't even use X personally. I know I should, but I don't. Which is why if anyone ever goes to the Knox Burzum account on Twitter, it's pretty much dead. Any rate, speaking of which, lich, sold in the factory jar. Anywho, like, comment, subscribe. We have a Patreon, that's according to your Witcher. Any rate, if you go into any comment section on Facebook that is talking about this stuff, even just like to a mild degree, you're going to see this huge number of propagandist posts from people who are on the religious right, specifically the religious right, who are still saying that being gay is a sin and that being trans is a sin and that all these people are just mentally ill and yada, 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 yada. And how it's so horrible and it's so terrible and you're destroying America. Will somebody please think of the children? Because I'm sure that indoctrinating little Johnny or little Susie at the age of like between 4 and 6, and by indoctrinating them, I mean them having to hear all these things that you're constantly saying to your friends and them seeing things online, because kids go online, dude, okay? And maybe not 4 through 6 years old, but like 6 through 8, that is when they start using the internet nowadays, and they're still seeing this crap, okay? And teaching your kids that it's okay and it's normal to hate on people because they're a different gender, or they're presenting as a different gender, or they're presenting as someone who is attracted to the same sex or to multiple people of multiple sexes. Frankly, none of that is any of your business. None of that is any of little Johnny and little Susie business, and they really need to be taught what I was taught as a child, which is mind your own fucking business. If you are not mashing genitals with the other person, then really it does not matter what the hell you think about their lifestyle. It just doesn't, okay? It's 2024. We really should be over this by now. But for whatever reason, the United States is absolutely preoccupied by what the hell is in my fucking pants, which I think is a little sad and pathetic, frankly, considering that we have way bigger things to be worried about in this country. But you know what? Fuck it. We're going to concentrate on the gays and the lesbians and the trannies because, and yeah, I just said tranny, whatever. Fuck off. I don't really care. The point is that I'm ranting because I'm frustrated. I'm angry about this stuff. So don't focus on the little things. Focus on the big picture, okay? Thank you. Anyway, Pride is still so fucking necessary because all this shit still exists. And it's because, like, for instance, a guy who I used to be really good friends with in high school, who I'm not going to name names on here because I don't dox people who are like people who are real to me in real life. Um, this individual has lots of friends and a couple family members who are not straight. And in fact, one of his closest friends is a male trans individual who I'm also not naming off because I didn't ask their permission before I made this video. So, you know who you are. You live in Minnesota. You are a great father, and your kids are lucky to have you. And hello, if you see this, I hope that you are doing well. And the name begins with a J, and that's all I'm saying. Pride is still so necessary because people like my friend who have been taken in by the religious right and by the politically right, now he's posting all this anti-gay propaganda on his Facebook, which he never did before. In fact, he was always very proud before to prop up all of his gay and lesbians and trans friends. And now he's in the same boat as every other Trump tard, calling it fucking mental illness. It's really disheartening to see, and that is why we still need pride. Thing number 2. Ronnie goddamn Radke, you motherfucker, you talentless fucking hack piece of shit. You know what? Hashtag Ronnie Radke's a fucking asshole. Come after me, bitch. I don't care. I'm a no one on fucking social media, so you really shouldn't care about this, but I guarantee that his fragile ego would be bad enough if he saw this video to get upset. The man went from, in the last 18 months, being Billy Badass all over the fucking internet, saying every rude goddamn thing that he could to everyone that he could, to now all of a sudden performing at least 2 collaborations in only like a month's time with Tech9 and with Jelly Roll, who are both considered to be universally positive influences in the music world, and Jelly Roll especially being almost considered like a new age version of almost Mr. Rogers on stage. Like the way that people talk about Jelly Roll, it is very clear that he's seen as a very positive influence. So I was talking about this with Miles Claiborne, actually, who is the drummer from the band Saul. We were online about a week ago when the new single dropped, and we both said the exact same thing about it. It's unnecessary. Both of the new singles are completely unnecessary. No one fucking asked for them. The only reason why Ronnie is doing why Falling in Reverse is getting these opportunities is because the PR team for Falling in Reverse is probably sick and tired of Ronnie's shit. Like, they're seeing that it's having a negative influence on the band's overall sales. It's having a negative influence on their overall touring. It's having a negative influence on how people see them online. And to be completely honest, most people think that Ronnie Radke is just a jack-off. And he kind of is. And yes, I get the fact that the man's been touring for 20 years and that he's a professional musician, but that doesn't mean that he's a good person, okay? He's just such an asshole. And I really can't stand the man. And I gotta be honest, like, I listened to both of the new tracks. The instrumentals are fine. The lyrics in both are very silly, and you can tell that they didn't really come from anywhere real. It was just Ronnie stroking his own ego, especially on the single called Ronald, which is really just to send up to he himself. I didn't think that the vocals were that great on either of the singles, and I think that Ronnie is genuinely holding back the band Falling in Reverse. I think the band could do much better without him, and that is my opinion. I think that Ronnie Radke is eventually going to lose his career to being an asshole, and that he's going to blame someone else on it, but it's going to be his fault. That's my opinion. Next up, Dolly Parton. The false gospel of Dolly. Oh, someone wants to lose their fucking day job. Let me tell you real quick here. You don't fucking come after Dolly. You don't come after St. Dolly of the Wood, okay? That's what you don't do. Miss Parton is off fucking limits. Mrs. Parton is a goddamn saint. She is a folk hero. She is a living embodiment of wholesomeness, closely akin to something like, I don't know, Mr. Rogers, once again, because she, or LeVar Burton, actually more accurately, she has worked so tirelessly to get books in the hands of kids, and she has worked so tirelessly to promote messages of positivity, of love, of acceptance, of personal autonomy, of actual romantic involvement instead of just sexual relationships. She has always promoted peace and tranquility, and even though she's a very faith-based person, she's never had a problem with the gay community, and in fact embraces the LGBTQIA plus, and is generally seen as a very positive role model for all those kids. Why on earth does the Federalists have a fucking issue with her? Why the hell did they have to come after our goddamn Dolly? Why? I don't even like most of her goddamn music. It's made for goddamn cowboys, okay? I don't like Dolly Parton's music for the most part. It's perfectly serviceable. The instrumentals are fine, and her voice sounds beautiful. I don't jive with the lyrics. They have nothing to do with my life. But you know what? I respect the living piss out of Dolly Parton. And you know what I'm not going to do is ever insult that woman. Everything that she has done in her entire career has been for the betterment of herself, her family, and her fan base. And if all three of those things were not a fact, she didn't do it. Like, her entire career has been centered around being a positive entity and influence in this world. She's made so many very public gestures of kindness. I think it's really gross to go against Dolly. I don't really understand it. This thing of how, well, she's faith-based, but she's, propping up the gays. Yes. Do you have any idea how many people in the LGBTQIA plus community listen to Dolly Parton? There's a reason. Think about it, you fucking mongoloids. It really gets me fired up. It really does. I cannot stand it when someone who's that wholesome is gone against by big media outlets who really serve no purpose other than to be mean and cruel. I don't like it. Lastly, was there anything else? Oh, also, don't know if you can all see this today. I have several different layers of eyeshadow on, trying to keep it with the thematic element of Devil Driver today. Just wanted to show that off. And if you want to see more tutorials on how to do makeup, by the way, I have an entire huge-ass palette that I got thanks to Patreon. And I'll show it off at some point in time. So leave a comment down below and let me know if you'd like to see some other looks. Let's see, was there anything else I just... Oh, Ticketmaster! Jesus tits! So right before I made this fucking video, I was on the shitter, taking a look at things on the internet, because that's what all adults do these days. We don't read on the pooper, we just look at our phones. At any rate, so someone had posted in the main Slipknot fan page today on Facebook, dude, for one fucking person to go to Knotfest via Ticketmaster, $400 for a ticket, $95 service fee, dude, that's a $500 concert ticket. First of all, there's like 10 bands there. That's incredibly expensive to see 10 bands. Second of all, $100 processing fee. Go fuck yourself, Ticketmaster. You all want to know why the hell you're being sued into the goddamn crust of the earth by the United States Supreme Court? That's why. Because you're obviously jacking people for money. You are highway robbing us. Like, there is no chance on this planet that Slipknot was appraised of the prices of their tickets. Hell, a few weeks ago, I can't remember if it was Fall Out Boy or it was either Fall Out Boy or Taylor Swift was notified personally of the prices of their concert. It was Fall Out Boy. Yeah, I remember. Their vocalist went on Twitter and was like, "Yeah, so we weren't told until the very end what the price was for this. We are incredibly pissed, and we are going to be personally refunding the amount that should have been kept in your wallet. We can't charge you this price and feel good about ourselves. That this can't happen again. And we have contacted our reps at Ticketmaster, and they are of the understanding that we are extraordinarily pissed." Taylor Swift even talked about it and said that she is going to be encouraging her fans to only be buying from the venues and never to be buying from Ticketmaster again. She is personally starting a boycott against them. And I think that we should at this point. Ticketmaster has gotten too used to being too powerful, and they just don't care anymore. They just don't. They think that they can charge whatever the fuck they want, and that doesn't matter because we don't matter. All that matters is our money and our willingness to spend our money on extraordinarily overpriced tickets. I thought I was exorbitant when I was charged $200 14 years ago to take my then girlfriend with me to Ozfest for a date. She had just gotten back from studying abroad in Scotland, and we are both super into heavy metal. And I was like, hey, this would be a really fun date to take her on, a one-day festival. Fuck yeah. Dude, $250 to get 2 people in the door. Now, I get it. This was back in 2006, and that doesn't even sound like very much because that's how much I would pay for Rockfest. But the processing fee, I remember, was almost $85. It was cheaper for me to just walk up to the front desk of Ozfest and just get a ticket then than it was for me to get it online. The only reason why I went through with it online is because, as my mom pointed out, well, hun, you don't actually know that there's going to be tickets available by the time you get there. So the only way to guarantee yourself entry right now is to do this. And yes, it sucks. Yes, you're being robbed. We're still being robbed 20 years later. Almost 20 years later. That's fucking pathetic. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long, and I need to make breakfast and get to work. So, peace, love, heavy fucking metal, folks. Don't forget to ever enter the void. Like, comment, subscribe once again. Toss a coin to your Witcher if you're feeling frisky, because God knows I need the fucking cheese. We all need cheddar in our lives. We all need more cheddar. Cheddar, cheddar, cheddar. Let me know what the fuck your opinions are of the things that we talked about today in the comments below, and I will see you guys on Sunday.